So this right here is the bracket for Dave's Craig water pump. These are the V bands, the 3-inch ones. So finishing up the downpipe and exhaust for the trouble car, and this is one of the upgrades I've been looking forward to for a long time. Had to look for deals and buy my time, because this stuff is not cheap. Also doesn't want to come out the bag. So this is a slightly used Rywire harness for the vehicle. This is where I wanted to get to, you know, once everything was over. This is one of the big ticket items I wanted. And now I got it. The only thing I wish they did have was the quick disconnect, but it's extra $500, so forget that. Comes with this control solenoid, the harness. This is the sub harness, also the C101 plug, and this is just a regular harness that goes connected to the engine. So I'm gonna take off one of the engine now, install this, make sure everything is good. I think I have to change the injector clips though. These look like completely different design than what I have on the car right now. So these are in fact the right clips. I just never saw them like these before. So basically it's like a little cover. So just push it up and lock it in place. The injectors can't disconnect. Pull it up and just squeeze like normal. Now I can't take them off. Pretty cool. So we have the aftermarket harness that I was attempting to make work, but now that I have the Rywire one, I'll just throw it in. So I'm gonna take this off, install the new one, make sure everything fits the way it should inside, basically clean up how the wiring is going to look, get a better idea and a plan laid out. Because everything's coming together. Then I'm gonna take this apart, install the new bracket, so I can mount it to this bolt right here as a little extra support. So yeah, I still have the plastic wrapper on the powder coated and Cerakote parts. I'm just trying to keep it as nice as possible. We got the harness right here. I'm gonna throw it in and just line it up and make sure everything goes as it should. So wish me luck. So more or less the harness is in place, the intake manifold is in place. The only reason why I'm not bolting down the fuel rail is I still have to play with the bracket right here to, I have to fix that bracket and just move it slightly. So once that's done, I can actually bolt everything in, and hopefully that will take care of it. But yeah, so far the bracket I have for this kind of bent and broke, so I gotta wait for the aluminum one to come in, and once that's done, then I can start with the intake pipe. So what I'm gonna try to do today, you know, once the sun goes down a little bit, is start with the actual exhaust, because I think this one will be a little bit restrictive for 5700. I think that'll be a little restrictive. So once I don't know, I might run it just for the hell of it, just to see what it does, but if not, I know what I have to do. So more or less this is where we left off. I have the intake in for a mock-up. I have the water pipe. I have the water pump in, turbo's in, the exhaust is basically done for now. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm waiting for the intercooler bracket to come in. The purple one I had, I guess the heat was not too good to it, so it broke. So now I'm just waiting for the stainless steel or aluminum one to come up. So this, I can mount the radiator, so I can mount the intercooler and do the pipes. But yeah, we're going on to the last few percentage of this car, like last 10. We have the harness in, the tuck harness is in, it looks decent. I'm just waiting for the chassis harness so I could install it inside. So I can install it inside here. It bolts right up to the chassis, and I have to do any extra wiring or any pin out. So that's what I'm waiting on. Hopefully next week we could get it and start wrapping this thing up. But slowly but surely it's getting there. The last 20% takes 80% of the time. It was not a lie, guys. It's the truth. But still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here for intake. This is the knock sensor for the all-wheel drive Accord H22. I'm gonna install that now. And this is the Rywire harness, chassis harness that's needed to install the Rywire harness and have that running. So I'm gonna change the knock sensor right now before I bolt in the manifold completely. So this way I could just get that plugged up. Don't have to worry about it. I'm still waiting on the bracket to come in, so hopefully next week it'll be here and I could just mount that up and then I could start the actual piping. So I have the low mount turbo. I like where it is because I had a top mount one before. It still created a lot of heat, so I'm hoping this setup will reduce the heat versus what I had before. So that's why I went with low mount, because I did have a high mount turbo before. Yeah, when you pop the bass, not as ooh, but hopefully this will give me faster spooling, cause it's shorter runners, and hopefully this does not give me any issue with the exhaust, because it's kind of a smooth bend, but it's a very tight 90. So at least for the braking period, I'm gonna run it like this. Hopefully that's fine. If it does give me an issue, after I do the tuning, because it's a brand new motor, brand new transmission, so I have to go get base mat put on, because everything changed, injectors, turbo, intake manifold. So I have to take it to the tuner and get a base mat put on, so it'll at least be safe. And plus I have the T1 cam trigger kit installed, which was not included before, so everything is different from my previous setup. Now this is the water pump, and I have the bracket on it, so I'm trying to figure out how to attach this, give it just a little extra support. So yeah, when the other bracket comes, I may just include it from the top down, kind of like this, and just put like a little bar from here to here and just bolt it on, or do somewhere underneath from the bottom to this bolt, so at least it looks a little cleaner. So these are the instructions that came with it. I'm still trying to figure it out, because it seems as if this will be from the stock engine harness that plugs into ECU. I guess you just cut those wires off and run this to the new harness right here, which I think that's how it would be. So I'm gonna go test it out, figure out exactly how it works, and if it does, I'll let you guys know. So yes, it's a hot mess, but we got a whole bunch of stuff going on that we do have to take care of. This is for the fuse box relocation. I think one of these are for the starters and one's for the actual alternator. So take that out of the equation. This is a factory tuck harness that was inside the engine bay, and I moved it in here. So this was from when I did the factory tuck with the OEM harness. So I should be able to get rid of this, but I'll just leave it right here. This is the secondary harness I have for the boost solenoid. So eventually everything will clean up once I figure out more or less where everything goes. And this is for the Rywire harness. These are the factory OEM wires. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is once I finish this and everything works, I'll just strip out the whole body harness and get rid of all the stuff I don't need. But right now I just want to get it running. So this is the adapter harness. So we're going to plug it up and see where everything goes. Okay, so far we have the C101 plugged up, which this goes directly into the Rywire tuck harness. Now these are normally, I think, on the shock tower on the passenger side, so these just literally plug in like normal. What's the other half? and this is, I think this is for the coil pack. This is for the coil resistor plug. This is normally on the driver's side firewall, but like I said, I tucked everything, so I brought it into the car earlier. And this wire down here, this blue with white stripe, that's the speed sensor, so that's what gets the signal and transmit it into the actual harness at this point. So yeah, the hard part is coming up. Gotta do these wiring. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna piggyback into the factory loom, which is down here. Like I said, I know it's a mess, but once I figure everything out, then I could just start, you know, deep-pinning wires and get rid and cleaning up the area. But so after reading it, it's pretty simple actually. The only thing I really need to do is wire up the green and blue wire. That's a fuel pump wire. Everything else below is just if I want it. Like for instance, the green and orange, that's for the check engine light to come on in the dashboard. So I'll probably do the fuel pump. The white and blue wire, that's the 12-volt constant for the ECU memory, the check engine light, and that's really it. I think I'm using the electronic load detector for something else. And as I was stating, I will be running AM Infinity. So yeah, it's one harness to another harness, but this is scheduled to work with a factory OBD1 Honda setup. So it'll connect directly to the Rywire harness, and then the Rywire will go in directly to the AM Infinity. The reason why I'm doing it this way is just in case I want to upgrade to AM Infinity, I don't have to sell the Rywire harness and buy another one. So I could just basically unplug it. If I'm going to Fuel Tech, and it'll just plug right in, basically here, like a normal OBD1 setup, and have an adapter harness like this go to a Fuel Tech, a Haltech, or whatever. So that's the reason why I'm doing it this route. So at least this harness will be fine, and we'll be able to use this as long as I stay with a H22 setup.